What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sister T. Yes, if it is your first time here, please do like, share and subscribe. Guys, I'm going to talk about something very, I don't know what to say, but it's something that exciting, if I should put it that way. I'm going to talk about myself aspiring to be an actress, but in the meantime what I've been doing is commercials. I've been doing commercials and I haven't had any professional training or whatsoever. It's something that I did because I love. Me being an Aries, I'm more a creative, I'm artistic. I guess it just comes naturally for me, you know. But when it comes to acting, yes, there's technicalities, there's stuff that you need to learn. And we have platforms like YouTube, which is very good for anyone out there who's aspiring to be an actress or an actor, whatever it is. If I should put it that way, please make use of YouTube. There's so much information there that can help you to grow, even if you never had any training. When I started off, actually it was the scariest thing, you know, standing in front of the camera and having someone to say action and you don't know what to do because you come into this empty room and you have to pretend, you know, like you're interacting with other people. Should it be that the commercial that you will be doing, you need to interact with other people or reacting to certain scenarios that will be given to you to react to. At first, the exciting part about the whole journey is that having to do those auditions and fail, it was a learning experience. The more you do it, the more you become comfortable in front of the camera, the more you fall in love, you know. I know a lot of people would say, but I've gone to so many auditions, but I haven't booked a thing. Others, it depends how you see it. You might look at it as you being a failure, or you might look at it as an opportunity for you to learn. Every time you go in front of the camera, whether you book the gig or you don't book it, it's a learning curve for you. It's a different experience. So that's what happened with me. Actually, it was a journey. I used to have a mole here. So I had to first remove it, and you know, going through the public hospital, it can be quite a process. So I had to wait for a year, because then I would be rebooked, go for this treatment, then that treatment, and that booking and that. So it was quite a journey for me to even get to the front of the camera. So after having removed it, I had to wait for it to heal. I had to wait for the scar to heal. So the anticipation or the excitement that I had about being in front of a camera, it could not die down, because every time I look at a movie, the first thing, if it is that I have, you know, like my age, you would have like a DVD and then you go to behind the scenes to see how movies are done. So that was something that I liked doing a lot. I still do. I still like to see the technicality that goes behind making a movie. And guys, even just the small and commercial, there's just a lot of things that are done behind the scene. When you see the finished product, it looks so beautiful and glamorous, but there's work to be done. Even if you're like myself, you're doing commercials, there is still work that you need to do, because when you're doing commercials, everything is just so fast. Everything is just so fast, and oh my God, You get into the audition room, you do your audition, and someone else, you never know exactly what they would like. But the thrill of it is that you are just going to give them or interpret however you would interpret the script, that you've been given. And if you're feeling comfortable with how you would present it, you just have to let it go. Let it go. Just do your best and let it go. It's not up to you. And other people will feel like, but I've been trying. But it's not up to you. It's not that you're not good. It's not that you're not putting the work. It's just what they want. So that shouldn't be a problem for you. That shouldn't be something that you now judge yourself with. It's nothing like that. Nothing like that. All that it is, it's you having presented yourself, you having done the work that you needed to do, and then let it go, But there is yet work for you to do behind the scenes, for you personally, in your own capacity. Other people resort to doing TikTok, which is another way of practicing, because you'll be standing in front of a camera. Others are doing YouTube, like myself. Others are going to classes or workshop, which is something that is also good for someone who's trying to get into acting, whatever form of acting it is. So then I got my first gig. Oh my God, I could not believe it. Because when you go to audition, sometimes there's a lot of people there, and you look at yourself, no, I don't have experience. Sometimes you even see celebrities that that you've seen on TV, and then you're like, guys, do I really have to compete against these people? I mean, they've been doing this thing for a long time, and only here I am, and I'm just still an amateur. But sometimes it's not about that. Like I say, it's about what they want. If they want you, they're gonna choose you, irregardless of your experience. So I got my first gig. I was very excited, guys. I was so thrilled. Like you don't even want to cough. You minimize you going to the shops and any road trip whatsoever. You don't want any mistake until such that day you stand in front of the camera. So it was very exciting. I don't know if I should mention it, which commercial it was, but it was very exciting. Then I got another one. Then I was lucky enough. I had gone with someone to audition for a role, and I helped read the script with them. Mind you, guess what? But it was for the student film, graduation film. So I was reading the other part, just reading, like having a script and reading and not having to memorize anything whatsoever at that time. So I was just reading the script and, trying to bringing it alive. But because it's something that I want, so I had to use my imagination as I was doing that, even though it was not my audition. Like luck, I don't know if it's luck or if it's a blessing or what. I ended up getting the lead role. I ended up getting a lead role. I was a mayor, and it was thrilling. It was so exciting to see some other, even though it was a student production, but still I wanted to give it the best that I can at the time, with the knowledge and the experience and the exposure that I had. And from then on, I kept on doing commercial until now. Recently, I always wanted to do something that has meaning, something that is something that more like an autobiography of sorts. And I kept on wishing that, I wish they could look at my face and look at my features and they say, we want this girl because she looks like the person that we want, because of the character that we want to her to portray. Excuse me. So then I went for an audition. It was a story about some guy who was living here in South Africa in Transvaal, and he had married a white woman, and they had a baby. So I was a midwife. Guys, you know, there's something strange with these auditions. Something really strange, because all the auditions that I've gotten, I had that gut feeling right on that this is me, I'm gonna book this, you know. And so I went for an audition. I was so prepared mentally. I did my research because it was during the 1800 era. So I did my research, how they dress, how they behave, their mannerism, whatsoever. So you see, there's also a homework that you need to do as a character, or if you're going to portray a character. So that's what I did. And lo and behold, I got the gig. And guys, this is really funny. Oftentimes, whenever I go for an audition and I don't get a call back, but I'm on option, whereby then probably there's just the 2 or the 3 of us that have been chosen, but they just can't put a finger on who they want. That's what happens with me a lot. Whenever I'm going to book a gig, it's like I go on option, which means when I was doing my first audition, I was good, or I did what they expected, and then they called me, my agent called me and said, "Yay, you booked." Guys, I was so happy. I was so happy. And the experience was majestic. The experience was like, I felt like, I can do this. It's just me believing in myself and putting in the work. I can do this. And the other thing that is very important, I'm so lucky to have an agent that I have, because she would give me tips. She would tell me what to do. She would tell me what not to do. She would be like straight up, don't do this. This is not what you need to do. Try it this way. And all that, I kept it because I know that she's done that. She's been there. So if I take notes and apply everything that she tells me, likely I will get or book a job. So then there would be during the lockdown. Oh yeah, the other 2 gigs that I've booked was during the lockdown, and the other one was the lockdown rules were eased a little bit, but then we still had to do like a self-tape where you've got the script, you've got everything, but you're doing it from home and you record yourself from home. So there won't be any instructor, there won't be anyone telling you do it this way. You're just doing it out of reading the scripture and from your imagination. So I did that one. And the same thing that I've already told you, that whenever I'm going to book a gig, I know it somehow, one way or the other. I know that I am going to book a gig, And so I did a self-tape. I'm going to show you one of the other self-tapes that I've done, because the commercial has been, you won't know what commercial it is, but then you will see. And luckily enough, my niece at the time, she was probably 14 or 13. She was my director. She was the one directing me, and to do it this way and to do it that way. And I booked a gig. I will share the clip so that you can see. That's quiet. English. Tell me, hello guys. It's crop lapha ngabe basitholile ngempela. Basivela. And usakela ubusy ngama career what? I-career yomfazi ushadeleni wayifake ring. I-career yomfazi ukupheka ucleaner. Mina ring le yayisola. It's too fakeish. Ngathina hayi kanti
Thola ukuthi undoda akazi ukuthi ufake iring in public. Thola ukuthi he uzanela kashadanga.
Hayi ushade mntwana. Afanele yazi aphele indoda yakhe. Anyway, aziphume kuye mzala. All right. Yes, that was from the kitchen, from my kitchen. And yeah, that's a self-tape. They give you a scenario how they would want you to do that self-tapes. Sometimes there's other ways that you do a self-tape, unless otherwise you've been instructed to do it a certain way, like the one that I've just showed you now. But under normal circumstances, you would have to stand behind a clean wall where there's no distraction, nothing whatsoever, just a clean wall. Preferably gray works better, or black, whatever. It depends on what you're wearing, but gray, it's your go-to. And then you would do your self-tape. They will tell you that this is portrait, they give you all the notes that you need to help you do that self-tape. Then you send it through, and then yeah. But me, I don't know, other people don't like self-tapes, but for myself, I like self-tape because then you get to do it until you're satisfied with your version of how you would want it to be, because then you will look at it from the director's perspective, So then I've booked that one as well, and yeah, and recently I've just shot another one which is not out yet. I'm not at liberty to talk about, but guys, I can cry on cue. I had to cry on cue, like, research is so wonderful. I went to Google, I went on YouTube, how to cry on cue. Others would say, no, you need to think about the sad times in your life and da-da-da-da-da. I just couldn't project that, because then it puts you in a very, you become anxious because of all the feelings and emotions that you're feeling. Well, what the other guy said was profound for me, and that would help me to cry on cue. I could cry, on cue, like I'm teary right now. All right. He said, in order for you to cry on cue, you should be the character. You should not try to play the character, but be the character. Whatever that they're feeling, you should feel. Every emotion whatsoever should be your emotion. So you should literally embody those people and their emotions and their feeling. I found that so profound that it made it easy, because then one thing that is tricky is you standing on your way. How so? You have your own way of thinking, you have your own mannerism, you have your own way of doing things, and there's also like a defense mechanism because you feel like somebody else is invading your space. But that's what acting is all about. That's why a lot of artists are vulnerable people, because they're so sensitive, and so when you're feeling someone else's feelings and taking it in, then it is easy for you to, if they need to cry, you cry, because whatever that they're feeling, you're feeling. And as you read the script, you read and follow, then you are able to become that and feel that. And maybe it might not have anything to do with you or your past experience or whatever, but just their story, because you're telling their story, and when you do justice to their story, that's when you embody them, and it makes it easy for you to cry. So that's what I did. And the research I did, like during the days before the shoot, maybe 2 or 3 days before the shoot, but by the shoot day, I could already project that I knew. And the other thing, when I was working on another project, uh, the lady had to give birth, and when she was giving birth, uh, whatever that she was doing, I was absorbing a lot of artistic things from her. Her artistry was so magnificent, and it was beautiful to watch because she's a professional actress. And it was so profound to watch and take in and learn and know that, guys, I haven't done much, but the little that I've done commercial wise, I've learned a lot, and I've learned the discipline of acting. Acting is not a easy thing, and acting is not luxurious as it might seem. Waking up early in the morning, and the wardrobe and the makeup and there's just so much. Imagine if you have to do a movie. Oh my god, like every time I'm like, yo, because there's so many angles, you have to do something 3 times, 4 times, 10 times, or it depends on how many angles they want from that one shot. And that alone can sometimes, we are human being, you're like, oh my god, I'm tired. But because you are at work, it is work, you treat it like work. No feelings are nursed there, you just have to do your job. So those disciplines, they help me a lot. And I can't wait for one day to find myself in a soapy or a movie or whatever, a different experience. So for anyone who is aspiring, let me tell you something, guys, which is very, very important. And especially for the young kids out there, for the even for the parents. If a child, yes, how can I put it respectfully? Sometimes we force kids to do something that we think they should do, probably from a good space, because you want to make sure that their future is secured. But sometimes you, sure, sometimes you just want to do what you want to do because it is in you. Like, put me in, I don't know, give me an audience, let me talk to them, let me motivate them. I feel comfortable. uh anything that has to do with art, I like doing the DIYs. I like the vintage stuff. I like anything that has to do with art and that entices my eyes in a certain way that I cannot be able to interpret it. So if a child says, "Mom, I want to be a dancer," they really want to be a dancer. And you will see whether they are dancing professionally or not, even in the house. There'll be that thing they like. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened to my lighting, but I just hope I'm still visible. But there will be that thing that they like doing, and allow them to express themselves and feel free, and support them. Give them an opportunity to explore those spaces and fulfill or go through that process, and it will be liberating to them. And if it is that it's not what they're supposed to do, then they will know. At least they have a solid answer from experience, not a solid answer from you saying no and not giving them a chance. So with that being said, guys, I'll be sharing more of these and fashion and some of the fashion ideas I think I like and maybe would like to share with you and stuff. We'll be talking about a lot of stuff, but for now, I want to say pursue your journey. I mean, pursue your dreams and go through the process, and yeah, enjoy it while you're doing it, because it is you, and you and only you can know what you want with your life. So peace out, guys.